Hey everyone, it's Jamie from IndependenceStNola and Seasons and Ritual, and I'm jumping on real quick to talk about this shift in the moons. And by that, what I mean is that usually what happens is when we start an astrological season, so like we're in Pisces season right now, we go into Pisces season and then we have the Pisces new moon. And what's going to happen in March is it's very interesting. We're going to have two new moons in Aries. And so to me, this is part of this reset. This is part of a shift. Now, I will tell you, and we can all do our math or whatever. I'm sure I'll look this up later when I meet up with Helen. When I started having my spiritual awakening, I guess if you would say, or the second round, if you will, in 2016 or so, and that was the time when, I started waking up around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. every morning, and everything started shifting. That was also the time when I would have, I would say that was the time I had super intense talks with the moons, which isn't true because I've always gone for walks my whole life and I've always had talks with the moon. But I will say when I would talk to the moon at this time around 2016 and so, what was told to me and how I was working with her was that on full moons is when you would intend because you would see what's all around you and that's when you could see what you wanted to change, right? And then you would set these new intentions. And so when I would talk to other spiritual people around that time, they would always be like, no, full moons are just for release. And do I think they're wrong? No. And do I think we were intending wrong? No. I think that was, the knowledge there for the age of Pisces. And on one hand, it's correct. You see what you don't like, so you start with these new intentions. And I don't think I'm the only person on the planet who ever saw full moons that way. Don't think that. Don't think that at all. Trust me. I know when I'm getting information, I know there's hundreds of thousands of other people getting the same information. And I love that. I do. That's great. That's how we instigate change, quite honestly. So back to the moons. So moving forward, starting in Aries, we're going to start Aries season. And then we're going to have an Aries new moon right at the same time. And then we're going to have a full moon. And then at the end of Aries season, we're going to have another new moon in Aries. And I'm reading this so for us to get used to this new pattern. Okay, so when we have the full moon, we see what we want, we see what we don't want, and so that would be part of that release. But we do see what we want. And so from that full moon into the new moon, we keep planting those seeds. Okay? And this shouldn't stress you out. If this is starting to stress you out because you have a routine, it goes like this, it's okay. Take a few deep breaths. And I would say this is also coinciding with, Pluto moving into Aquarius, and then also Saturn moving into Pisces. And what I mean by that is Pluto moving into Aquarius is bringing new thoughts to old routines. Okay? It's not, there are some things that are going to just completely change, but this is a gradual change because at the same time, we're going to flip again where we start having the new moons with the new season. At the same time, though, I think this energy of manifesting with full moons is going to stay around for a while. And I say that too because Pluto's going to be in Aquarius for 20 years. So I know that, so this is why it's such a big deal when Pluto is moving into Aquarius, is because it's going to be in there for 20 years. And so we're going to start new patterns and we're going to start new beliefs. At the same time, we've got 20 years to work with this stuff, you guys. So don't stress out. To me, the idea is with that full moon, it's a double duty. You release, but you see what it is that you want to bring in. And then from full moon to new moon, you keep planting those intentions. On that new moon, sacred darkness again. That's when yourself, right? The masculine and feminine can get together and rest. They see what they planted in the womb, if you will, that fertile soil. And then as the new dark moon moves into that full moon, you start to see what's growing. So it's not completely changing. I think it's just a little more of semantics. There's some hawks flying outside. Wow. Some semantics. But also I will say this. If you guys, if this is freaking you out, you know, don't let it freak you out. Okay, we're easing into this. We just need to massage this, and I think that's why. I mean, besides like mathematically, but I do think that's why we're getting these two new moons in Aries, so we can work with this. We have the full moon coming up in Virgo, I think in a couple days. Which to me also coincides with this because Virgo's a resolver. And so we're kind of resolving the old pattern. Like, okay, that's how we did it. And now we're going to start moving into a new pattern. And again, it's with the moon, so it should be soft. Okay, it's not jarring. It's not screaming. It's soft. It's movement. It's starting a new cycle. You know, she has her own way. She has her own pace of running things and how she runs. So we're kind of resolving the old and then we're moving into the new. That's also extremely Aquarian. So I hope you guys have a good day. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, drop them in the comments below. You guys can get in touch with me through Instagram or my websites, IndependenceStNola or Seasons and Ritual. And I'm looking forward to going on this new moon, full moon, dark moon journey with you guys. I think it's going to really start to resonate with everyone. And I think we're all ready for this intrinsic change, quite honestly. Okay, you guys, talk to you soon. Bye.